Good morning, good looking people, and you're good looking because you're always looking, and of course, you're finding the good in everything. How are you? Hope you had a super week, an awesome week. There's a lot going on, and I hope it went well for everybody. I know it's Friday, we're getting ready for Shabbos. It's a special Shabbos. We have Shabbos Mevorchim. It's also Parshas Chazak. We have Matas Maseh. And today's Hayom Yom for the 25th of Tammuz. It's just pure. It's just simple. And the concept and the messaging of today is that every Jew is connected to God and is precious to God, just as God is precious and connected to us. And no matter what we try to do or to separate ourselves from God, you can't, because God is in every single Jew. He is a part of us. It's in our core. So regardless of how intellectual you are and how smart you are and how you think about God or you don't, it doesn't make a difference. You're still connected. You're still innate. It's part of you, and you can't sever that connection because that's the part of every Jew. That's what the Jew is. He is God, and God is a part of him. And Rabbi Moshe Steiner gave a nice analogy today. Just like a child, when a child is born, it loves its parents. Well, at least we hope so. Doesn't know why, doesn't have all the calculations and the reasoning. Just that love is pure, and that connection is there. And that's what today's Hayom Yom is all about. So let's read it inside, and we'll finish up with a message for the week. And it goes as follows. There are two statements very characteristic of Chassidus. A Jew innately recognizes godliness and is inherently sensitive to that which is supernatural. He needs no proof of this. Every Jew knows there's God. Everybody knows that there's a God out there, and it's innate. It's inside of us. We're born with it. And number two, no Jew is willing and no Jew is able to remain separate from godliness. So no matter whatever you try to do, you're still connected. God is inside of you, and you cannot sever that relationship. In truth, these statements reflect a single point. It is because a Jew recognizes godliness and is sensitive to that which is the supernatural that no Jew desires and no Jew can remain separate from the divinity. So the messaging of today is we're all connected to God. God is part of us. We love him. He's part of us inside, and you can't separate yourself. And if a person really understood that connection with God, they would never sin, because a sin creates distance between us and God. However, how come people sin? How could that be? Because a spirit of folly falls on a person and it confuses them. And if they really knew that by doing that not good thing would actually separate them from God, they would never do it. But that spirit that falls on them and confuses them just tells them not to do something good, but they don't realize that they're actually separating themselves from God. So let's do good stuff. Let's know that God is with us. Let's know that God is inside of us, and try to do the right thing at all times. Have a beautiful Shabbos. Please remember to say the entire Tehillim for tomorrow. It's a bracha for you, your children, your grandchildren, and it brings wealth, health, happiness. And of course, next week will also be Rosh Chodesh, God willing, on Wednesday, and Parshas Chazak. Make sure you bless the new month. Have a great Shabbos. Have a great weekend. We'll talk more on Sunday.